My name is Tom Joes and I work in the marketing section of Manage Engine team. And today's workshop will be taken by me. I hope my voice is audible and the display is well and clear. If not, please let us know in the chat provided. This is the fourth workshop that is being conducted in the AD Self-Service Plus workshop series. The first workshop was conducted on password reset. The second one was on password synchronizer, and the third one conducted last week was on the enrollment feature. So today's agenda, as you can see on the slide, we will be covering the feature password expiry notification of the AD Self-Service Plus and how to ensure remote users change their password before the expiration date by sending notifications in a phased manner. For those of you who are new to this workshop, let me start with what exactly is AD Self-Service Plus. AD Self-Service Plus is a secure, web-based, end-user password reset management program. This software helps domain users to perform self-service password reset, self-service account unlock, and employee self-update of personal details like telephone numbers, etc. in the Windows Active Directory. Administrators find it easy to automate password resets, account unlocks while managing, hence optimizing the expenses associated with help desk calls. Now imagine a large corporation where the employees are so busy in their work that resetting the password before the expiry seems the least of their worries. In such scenarios, they need to be constantly reminded of their impending password expiry so that they will do it before it expires. This can be a tedious job for the administrator as he has to specifically find the users whose password is going to expire and remind them. And if the password does expire, it will give way for a help desk call by the user to the administrator to help them reset their password. And that's where AD Self-Service Plus comes to your rescue. Its password expiry notification feature looks up the Active Directory for user accounts whose passwords are about to expire, and then emails the account owners a notification recommending password change. And not just regarding password expiration, the end users can also be notified of their account status. This will save both time and expense on help desk calls. Now, as you can see, this workshop will show you the following: notifying remote users about their impending password expiration via email, SMS, and push notification, how remote users change their passwords after receiving an expiration notification, scheduling password expiration reminders for remote users on specific days with targeted messages, notifying managers via email about the user's imminent account expiration, and finally, keeping track of the remote user's password status using built-in reports. So now enough talk, let me start the workshop by logging into the AD Self-Service Plus. So I will log in as the admin, and you can see that this product is already pre-configured with the domain SSP child. And now I'll head on to the configuration tab, which is third on the top. And on the left side under self-service is where we have the password expiry notification feature. Now when I clicked on it, I'm receiving a pop-up that says that I need to configure the mail server before heading on to the password expiry notification. So if I click on OK, I will be redirected to the server settings where I can configure the mail settings or SMS settings as a mode of communication for the AD Self-Service Plus to the users. So for this workshop, I'm going to focus on mail alone. So let me just configure that. My mail server is SMTP and my firm address, let me just type that, and my admin email address. And let me just tick this part which says send emails in HTML format. And in advanced settings, I need to type in my SMTP authentication. So let me just type that as well, along with the password. And let me check if everything is good. And I'll click Save. And now I'll go back to the configuration tab. And under self-service, let me just head to the password expiry notification. So now since I had configured the mail server, I can directly configure the scheduler. So you can see that by default, there's a schedule name and it's called soon to expire password notification scheduler. and I'm going to keep it as it is. And the domain I'm going to choose, you can choose either the entire domain, that is SSP child, or a specific OU or group. So I'm going to click on add OUs and unselect the entire domain. And within this OU Tom, I'm going to choose the finance OU and click OK. And here is where you choose the type of notification you want to send, whether it's password expiry notification or account expiry notification. So as part of the first exercise of this workshop, I'm going to choose only password expiry notification. And in notify via mail, you can either choose SMS or push notification or all of them, but I'm going to focus only on mail. And this is the notification frequency which you can choose, whether it's daily, weekly, or on specific days. I'm going to keep it as daily for now and schedule for a time that is 8 o'clock in the morning. And here is where you mention the number of days to password or account expiry at which the users will be notified. And the subject and the mail content are configurable. So subject is currently password expiry notification, and SMS or mail content, as you can see, is dear username. Your password will expire on date time, so please change your domain password as soon as possible. Here you can see that the words username and date time are macros, and you can use other macros from this list to configure your mail content and make it convenient for the user to understand. And we also have this access URL. So right now it's configured for the server name 8360-demo, and its protocol you can choose and the port number. So everything is correct in this, and I'll just click save. And I'm going to mention the access URL here. So it's going to be, please change your domain password as soon as possible from the below link. And let me just give the access URL macro and click save. And with that, I have successfully configured a scheduler for soon to expire password notification. And I can either wait for it to run at 8 o'clock in the morning every day, but since we don't have all day for that, I'm going to run it right now. And let me just check my Gmail account and Hotmail account for users who might have received those emails regarding their password expiry. And you can see that this user Oliver has got a message regarding his password expiry, which will happen at 6:45 today. So he needs to change his password. Similarly, in my Hotmail account as well, I've got 3 users, Albert, Jordan, and Hansel, who's got the same email regarding their password expiry. So I'm just going to attend to this person, that is Oliver, right now. I'll just click on the link provided and log in as the user Oliver. And let me just type the password and log in. And now I have successfully logged in, and here is the My Info tab, where any details you do update here will be automatically updated in your Active Directory account. And then we have the change password, and this is what I'm going to use right now to change Oliver's password. So let me just type in his old password first and his new password. Let me just type that. I need to keep in mind this domain password policy requirements before typing the new password. So I'll just type a new password keeping in mind of all those. Let me just confirm that and change password. And with that, Oliver's password has been successfully changed. And this is how you can change your password after receiving the notification from the AD Self-Service Plus. So let me just sign out and head back to the product demo as the product as an admin. And I'm just going to edit the scheduler again. And now we'll explore the advanced options. So within the advanced option, we have this notified enrolled users only. So I'm going to tick that and click done. And I'm going to change this notify users during the last 7 days to 6 days and click save. And now I'll just clear off all these mails so that let's see who all gets the mails this time. And let me just run them. And the scheduler has successfully ran, and right now you can see that only Jordan has got the mail this time, and that is because only he is enrolled into the 80 Celsius Plus. The remaining two users, that is Albert and Hansel, have not been enrolled, and hence they did not get the notification. So let me just click on this, and it shows that his password will expire on 15th of this month. So we need to change the password as soon as possible from this below link. So let me just copy that and go to the product and log in as Jordan. Let me just type the password and log in. And now I'll go to change password. And like I did earlier for Oliver, I'll type in the old password and the new password. Let me just confirm that and change password. And this is how you can change password according to the advanced settings, which was right now I've shown you with only enrolled users. So I'll just sign out from this. And now I will show you the next part of the advanced settings. Let me just edit the scheduler. And in the advanced settings, we have the exclude disabled users as well. I'm not going to keep that aside and check out the next one, that is notify password expired users. So for this one, if I do tick this, I believe that the password expired users are not enrolled into the 80 Celsius Plus. So I'm going to untick this one so that unenrolled users whose password is expired will also get the message. And I'll click on customize, and here you can customize the subject and the content for the users. So here again I'm going to type the access URL link from the below link, access URL, and this is the content. I'm going to use another macro that can be display name, and click say done. I'm going to save on that, and now run it again. And now this time I'm going to see if any password expired users will receive will receive the notification. So I believe yes, I've got a mail for the user Tom Joes, and it's mentioned that his password had expired yesterday, so he needs to change the password as soon as possible. So let me just click on that link. So since his password has been expired, I can just head on to forgot your password link and reset the user Tom Joes. So let me just type in the username, that is Tom Joes, and continue. And I had already enabled the verification code authentication. So I'm going to use that method and send the verification code to this email ID. Let me just type the captcha, that is CEIFE6, and continue. And now the verification code would have come to my Gmail ID. So let me just go there, and yes, I've got that. So let me just copy this code and paste it here and type in the captcha, that is S7D2D7, and continue. And now I'm successfully on to the reset password page as I had authenticated the user Tom Joes. And before I reset the passwords, some points to note is that on the top right of this page is the time left for this operation, and by default it's 5 minutes. If you do exceed this time, the session will expire and we need to start all over again. And on the left side, we have the domain password policy requirements, which I had already mentioned earlier. We need to keep in mind and type in a new password. So let me just do that. And let me just type in the captcha, that is 37QRM6, and reset. And with that, the password has been successfully reset, and this is how users whose password has already expired get their notifications and how they reset their password on following up from the mail. So let me just go back to home and close this and go to the product page again. So right now we have seen how to notify the remote users about the impending password expiration via email, and how remote users change their passwords after receiving an expiration notification. Now the next one we're going to see is how to schedule password expiration reminders for remote users on specific days with targeted messages. So for that, I'll add a new notification, and let me just type the scheduler name, that is password expiry notification for certain for specific days, and I'm going to choose the OU this time. It's going to be different. It's going to be the auditing OU within the Tom OU, and click OK. And I'm going to choose password expiry notification only, notify via email, and the frequency is where this is where you change it and make it on specific days. So here you have 4, 5, or you can add more according to your convenience, and you can configure each and every message so that right now the message for the user for 7 days, you can configure it like password or account expiry notification in 7 days. And here you can mention their display name. Your password will expire on daytime, so please change your domain password as soon as possible. And this is one message. The next one, I'm going to keep it as 6 days and mention it here in 6 days. And this time the message can be a little more stronger to imply to the user that he has to change the password, or else he'll be in an inconvenient situation. So here it will be mentioned, you have been reminded already about the impending password expiry on date time. However, you have not changed it yet. Please change it as soon as possible. Thank you. And this is the username. I'll keep it a display name actually. And I'll mention the access URL here. And the next message will be for 5 days. Let me just change that, and I'll change the subject to also in 5 days. And again, the content is a little more stronger than the previous one. It says, despite all reminders, you still have not changed. You need to change it as soon as possible. Let me just give in the access URL again. And the last one, you can add more according to your convenience. For like, I can add for 4 over here, and the content is accordingly made. And the last one is for 0 days. That means it's expiring today. So in this case, you can mention the subject as password or account expiry notification today, and mention the macro as display name. And you can this message is a little more stronger. It's mentioned, if you do not change it now, you might find yourself locked out of your computer. Please change it immediately. And this is how you can configure the password expiry notifications for specific days with targeted messages, each being a little more stronger, implying what can be the consequences of not changing the password. So with that, I'll just click save. I have configured for 7, 6, 5, 4, and 0, which is actually today. And let me click save. And now let me just run the scheduler. So right now we'll see which all users will get the mail and what mail have they got. So I shall just go there. And here you've seen that this user, Margaret, she has been received the message because of her password expiry in 6 days. And it's mentioned you have been reminded already about the impending password expiry. However, you have not changed it. Please change it as soon as possible. Thank you. So that is one link, one message. And the other one is in 7 days. And this also I had configured. This is for the user Dean Samuel. And the other one is for Michael Fernandez. And apparently his password will expire soon. So he needs to change it immediately as well. So I'm going to change Margaret's password alone. So let me just go there and click on this access URL I had mentioned and log in as Margaret. So let me just type the username and the password and log in and go to change password, and like I had done earlier, type in the old password and the new password. Let me just type that and click change password. And with that, the password has been successfully reset, and that's how you can schedule password expiration reminders for remote users on specific days with targeted messages. This can actually help you to send so if a user keeps ignoring your mail, you can make the message more stronger day by day so that the user will finally realize the importance of the password expiry and finally change the password. And next one we're going to see is that how to notify the managers via email about the user's imminent account expiration. So before we go for that one, I'll show you the how to configure for account expiry. So let me just go to the product page and add a new notification, and that is account expiration. And I'm going to choose the entire domain, and this will be the notification time. I'm going to choose the account expiry notification. Again, it's going to be notified via mail, and the notification frequency, I'll just keep it as daily right now, and I'll just type in a new subject, that is account expiration soon, and dear macro given display name, your account will expire soon, please do the required, and regards administrator. And that's how you configure. And if I just click on preview, you can see how the message will be shown to all the users. And this is how the account expiration notification can be scheduled, and the remaining process is just as how I had shown earlier for the password expiry. And now I'm going to show regarding the manager. So I'll add one more notification, that is going to be mail manager notification, and though I'm going to choose a particular OU again, that is within the term the marketing OU, and click OK. And in this case, everything is fine. The notification type is password expiry. I'm going to notify via mail, and notification frequency is daily, and the notify users during the last 7 days. So here again, I'm going to type password expiry notification for the subject, and the content I'm going to keep dear display name macro, your password will expire soon, please change it, regards administrator. And with that, now I'll go to the advanced settings, and here is where you mention how to send the report. So you can send the notification delivery status to the user's manager, or you can mail the admin the notification delivery status by typing the email address. But right now I'm going to show you how to send the notification delivery to the user's manager. So I'll just tick that, and we have the mail settings here. So here it shows where this report is stored and in what format is it stored, and what kind of attachment is, whether it's a file or a zip. And also we can choose the subject, so we can change it as delivery report for email notifications to the manager. And the mail content is dear admin, attached with this mail is a report which indicates the delivery status of the so and so notifications, and click done, and I'll click save here. And now I will just run the mail manager notification. So let's see how the mails have been received. So the user Logan has got this message regarding the expiration of his password, and Logan's manager was Scott. So let's see if Scott has got the message regarding the notification delivery, and Scott's email ID had been configured as a Hotmail email ID. So let's just check if he has received that. And yes, he has received it. It's mentioned, the subject is mentioned just as I had configured, delivery report for email notifications to the manager. And this is the HTML which I had saved, and this is the content which I had configured. Let me just click on the HTML, and this is how you can see, you'll see the message. It'll be with this kind of report. Now, speaking of reports, we have come to the last part of our exercise, and that is keeping track of the remote user's password status using built-in reports. So for that, let me just head to the product page, and we have a tab called the Reports tab, and we show three types of reports: the user reports, the audit reports, and the enrollment reports. So within users report, you can see which all users are locked out, which all users password is soon to expire. So right now you can see that Logan's password is soon to expire from the entire domain. And in password expired users report, you can see, let me just click on generate, and you can see all these users whose password is going to expire soon. And similarly, within the audit reports, we have the reset password audit report, and here it shows which all users have reset their password using the forgot your password link, and whether it was a success or not, and from where it was attempted. And then we have the change password audit report, and here it shows which all users had changed their password from their domain user login page, whether it was a success, and from where it was attempted. So as you can see, the users Margaret, Jordan, and Oliver had used change password to change their password. Then we have the notification delivery report, which shows which all users had received the mail successfully and how many times the mail had been sent. And in this case, there is a user who does not have a valid email ID. So because of that, it's mentioned invalid email ID. And next we have the enrolled users report. So the enrolled users within the 80 Celsius Plus is Jordan, Margaret, Oliver, and Tom Joes. And the non-enrolled users are the users who haven't been enrolled yet into the 80 Celsius Plus, and they are these. Then we have this license users report. These are the users who have been licensed, and this is based on the licensing you have taken. So according to how many users you have been given the license for. So with that, we have come to the end of today's workshop. As I've covered all the said exercises in the agenda, next session I will be covering the password policy enforcer. So this is basically in the configuration tab. On the left side, the password policy enforcer feature. And this feature adds another layer of policy on top of the existing domain password policy during your password reset or change operations. So I thank each and everyone for being such a wonderful audience and being patient with us. Any questions regarding the session can be put in the chat box, to which we will reply immediately, or else if there isn't enough time, we will take it personally offline with you. Also, please take a minute or two to fill up the feedback form which is mailed to you after the session to let us know your thoughts on today's workshop and any room for improvement. The video of this workshop will be available online and also shared with you personally for your future reference. Please remember, the registration for this 80 Celsius Plus workshop is for the entire series, and a reminder will be sent to you a day before the workshop every week. So I'm looking forward to meeting you all next week. Thank you once again, and a good day to all.